4 days after that party. 11. But I got introduced to hip hop. And I got introduced to hip hop because hip hop was in my neighborhood. It was in my hood. You know what I mean? I moved to 169th Street and well, actually, I lived at Freeman Street. And it was right off 169 between Union and Prospect. And right up the block, Waterbear lived. Right up the block, Wizard Theodore lived. Tony Tone lived down the block that I'm just finding out that he was actually in the same neighborhood, but I didn't know that till recently. But hip hop was in my neighborhood. Now, we know that we give credit to Kool Herc for being the father of hip hop. We know he from the west side of the Bronx, but we kept it going on the east side. That's all I know. So, I get introduced to hip hop by two things. My brother, God bless the dead, who's no longer with us, his name is Perry B. And he came home with an album, and it was called Hustlers Convention. And Hustlers Convention was written by a brother from the Last Poets. And it's a true story that was written in rhyme form. And my brother played that album for me, and I fell in love with it. So when he wasn't home, I would sneak in his room and play it so I could learn the words. So basically, it taught me how to rhyme. Then, in my neighborhood, I hung out with a group of brothers. One of them was Keith Cowboy, who actually gave me my seat. So, and he ran with a couple of brothers, Melly Mel and Kid Creole. And they ran with a brother called Grandmaster Flash. I ain't gonna give his government. But I ran around with them. Now, prior to that, Theodore's brother, Mean Gene, and Flash was partners. And I watched them, you know what I mean? And we all hung out in a park called 63, right up in the hood. What was the name of that restaurant across the street? Four Brothers, right? No, the restaurant. The restaurant. Four Brothers, right? So we used to go over there and eat and listen to the... I remember my mind is taking me back to one time Flash and Gene was in the park. The park is so packed that people are in the park, out the park, on the sidewalks, in the street, and it was crazy. And this is the beginning. This is 77, 78.
After the blackout.
This is 70 years after the blackout. This is how they got the equipment. That blackout, because you know we ain't had much equipment before the blackout. You know what I mean?
77, 80.
Right, 70, right. So right after the blackout, everybody had equipment. So now the crews got together because one dude got a turntable, another dude got a mixer, somebody else got an amp, and you can't work them unless you put them together. And that's how these crews started. But that's crazy. But so now, enough of history, because we going on and on. I want to play some of the records that became the staples for hip hop. And these are, some of these people, well, I'm not even going to say that. The first record was done by a brother that I don't think any of us know. Because I don't know him. Anybody in here know King Tim?
Personally?
Yeah, none of us, right? So now I'm gonna give you a little bit of history about King Tim. King Tim was an MC for a group called the Fatback Band. Now, he wasn't an MC like we MC'd, but he got a Hollywood tape. And I'm sure he got a Hollywood tape because he doing Hollywood rhymes. So, he's the first brother to actually put rap on wax. And that record was released in 79. So, and his name is King Tim III. Drop that beat.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
Okay. That was King Tim III. Y'all give it up for him. King Tim III. It wasn't hip hop. And well, it was rap. It wasn't hip hop. I mean, because we understand hip hop to be a culture, right? And in this culture is a way of life. You know what I mean? It's not only what we do, it's how we live. I don't think that ever lived hip hop. You know what I mean? I never met him. You know what I mean? I actually never even heard that song. But I knew he was the first one to actually make a record. And my DJ said, "You're not gonna play the whole record, right?" I said, "Well, yeah, I never heard it." He said, "But once he finished rapping, he gonna start singing." And I said, "No, we'll take that singing out. We don't want to do that." So, I mean, that's my first time actually hearing this record. The next record, everybody in the world knows. I mean, even little babies know this one. And it was done by 3 gentlemen, and they were given the name Sugar Hill Gang. Y'all clap if you want. The Sugar Hill Gang was a fictitious group that was put together to make a rap record. So we, who gave birth to this thing, who eat, sleep, and drink this thing, we really don't give them no credit, but we gotta give them respect because they opened the door for rap music to be recorded. These 3 guys, actually one of them worked with the Cold Crush. L Brothers too. Because y'all was actually at that time, y'all was working together. He didn't work with you.
Cast manager.
He was cast manager, so he worked. Okay. Oh, okay. See, I'm learning something too. See, I'm good.
Grandmaster.
Come on,
Cast.
get a mic. Get a mic.
He was security.
He was security
At the Sparkle.
at the Sparkle. So now what I do know is that, like each and every one of us, them cassette tapes, those was our records.
Right.
So we went out to get those cassette tapes, and when we got them, we mastered them, we learned them. So that's what he did.
So
And go ahead.
on Wikipedia, it will tell you that Big Hank was our manager. He was never our manager. He was Cass' manager before Cass got down with the Cold Crush Brothers.
Okay.
That's how it was.
So
Cass had his own group, the Mighty Force MCs, and Hank was his manager.
Okay. Y'all clear about that? Because I am now. So what ends up happening is Hank was working in a pizza shop out in Jersey. And Sylvia Robinson, God bless the dead, she liked pizza. So she went in this pizza shop, and he was in there saying Kaz's rhymes, right? So she heard it, and at that point, she wanted to make a record. Now, before that, how she actually gets introduced to hip hop is she goes to a birthday party for her niece that was at, what's that spot on 116th Street? Harlem World. She went to Harlem World. Lil Buck Starsky was DJing that night. So Lil Buck Starsky comes from that era where the DJ and MC at the same time. So she watched him do his thing, and she fell in love with it right away. She went home and she cut Freedom, right? She was going to give Freedom to Lil Buck Starsky, but Lil Buck wouldn't sign with her. So when Flash and them ended up getting it, she ended up giving that record to them. That's a tidbit that most people don't know. But she wanted to record Lil Buck. Lil Buck kind of knew her background, so Lil Buck didn't go for it. We ended up signing with him because we ain't know no better. And once Sugar Hill Gang dropped, we wanted to be a part of that like everybody else. So, you know, sometimes they say the grass is greener in somebody else's yard till you get over there and have to water that one. Then you realize it ain't worth it. But, okay, so she finds Hank and she approaches him after Lil Buck says no. she approaches Hank and says, hey, I like that. You want to make a record? Of course he do. You know what I mean? She had a son named Joey Robinson, who had a friend named Mike, who we now know as Wonder Mike. And he could rhyme, and he was with a little group out in Jersey, and he could rhyme. So Joey came home and told his mama, I got a friend, he can rhyme. So I want you to hear him. So he auditioned for him, and y'all know what's up. Did you ever go over friends out to eat and the food just ain't no good? Right? That was that disco thing. We wasn't into that, but she liked that. The last guy to get down with them was Master G. And Master G heard through the grapevine that there was going to be a rap record made, and he wanted to be a part of it. So he went and he auditioned. Now, he had a nice body. He used to work out, you know what I mean? And I think Sylvia liked that, the fact that he was pumped up and all of that. So she auditioned him as well. Now, when it came down to picking one, because she only wanted to do one, right? Because she only saw Love Bug. So she didn't want a group, but she couldn't pick one. So she went on and said, well, I'm going to do a record with all three of y'all. And this is the record they did. That ain't it. That ain't it. Everybody in here probably know the words. Don't stop the rock to the bank. Come on, y'all. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. Me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. Well, I am, and I like to say hello. But first I gotta bang bang. Let's rock. Rock the room and make your body rock. Now, so heard my voice. And next on the mic is my man Hank. So come on, Hank, sing that song.
Check it out. I'm the CASN, the OEN, and the rest is FYI.
This is Grandmaster Cass's rhymes that Hank is saying.
See, I'm 6'1" and I'm turned to Lord, and I dress to a G. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali.
And I dress so viciously. I got two big dogs. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Check it out. But I wouldn't not a doubt till I met him again. Now everybody say, ho, hotel. Everybody go.
Well, it's on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call a Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the best rapper that ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts slipping until you stop popping your fingers and stopping your feet and moving your body while you sit when you see the
Stay down. Stay down.
Alright, out of your seat, there you throw your hands high in the air. You rock it to the beat, shake it there in air. You rock it to the beat without a care. You can show us our MCs for the affair. Now I'm not as tall as the rest of the gang, but I rock to the beat just the same. I got a little face and a pair of eye. All I'm here to do, ladies, is hypnotize. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. Like a hot bird, the pop, the pop, the pop, give it, pop, the pop, pop. You don't dare stop it, come alive, yo. But give me what you got.
All right, y'all give it up for the Sugar Hill Gang. Now, this next record was done by an all-female singing group and rap group. And these young ladies, they hail from Columbia, South Carolina. And I was married to one of these young ladies.
Please don't block the door. Do not block the door.
So, these young ladies basically auditioned at a Sugar Hill concert down in Columbia, South Carolina. And Sylvia, she fell in love with them. And she decided that she wanted to sign them. And they're the first all-girl singing rap group. We do know the Mercedes ladies, but we don't call them a rap group. We call them MCs. So they're the all-female MC and DJ group, and that's what separates the difference. That what tells you the difference. Because hip-hop, we know, was born in the Bronx. If you was in the Bronx and you was doing hip-hop, you had a mic, you had 2 turntables, you had a mixer, you had a DJ. And if you wasn't doing it that way, then you wasn't doing hip-hop, right? But they were fortunate enough to get a record, and this was the record that they did. This was hot when it came out, though. I can't front. Y'all know it? You know? Keep it. 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 Right on up. Right on up. If you know the words, sing along. Right on up. Funk you right on up. Right on up. That's right. Right on up. Right on up. We're gonna funk you right on up. I said, get up, 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 get up. Sit back down. Came out like, yo, we was going crazy in the clubs. I ain't gonna front. We was definitely going crazy in the clubs when they put this one out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Wave your hands in the air, and wave like you just don't care. Group is called Sequence. Y'all give it up for the Sequence. All female singing and rap group to help move this thing we call hip hop along. Now the next song was done by my brother from another mother. I love this dude, man. He was supposed to come. I'm a little upset that he didn't, you know, because I really wanted y'all to see him. You know, because, you know, he hasn't been around for a minute. Like, you know, if you know him, you might see him and you might not. But, you know, this brother, he was originally with a group from Harlem. And they were called the Treacherous Three. And it was Spoonie G, Kool Moe D, and LA Sunshine. And then Spoonie got an opportunity to do a record. Because now rap is hot, it's in the streets. His stepdad, he was the owner of Enjoy Records. But he didn't cut his first record with his stepdad. He cut his first record with, what was the label?
Bobby Robinson.
No, it wasn't Bobby Robinson. What was the first? It wasn't Enjoy. It was Sounds of New York, right? So, what's that? Arthur Baker. I'm saying, okay. He got an opportunity to cut this record, right? And the story that he tells, because I wish he was here to be able to tell it, is that somebody called his stepdad and said that they wanted him to do a record. They came to meet with him, and on the spot, it was like, come on, we're going to the studio right now. You know, so he couldn't call Mo with them because whoever was doing the record didn't want everybody else. They just wanted him. So he ended up putting out the 4th rap record ever created. And this is what it was.
1 for the trouble, 2 for the time.
Come on, y'all, and let's rock the.
Yes, y'all.
Yes, y'all.
I funk the beat, y'all. And then you rock and roll, and then you roll and rock, and then you rock to the beat. And just don't want you to stop, cause I'm the bass to the beat, never knowing why. The one MC who you can't deny. Cause I'm the baby that maker, I'm the woman taker, I'm the cold person lover, the heartbreaker. So come on, fly girl, and we don't stop. Cause I'm the MC Spoonie G1 and hit the top of down the unit.
Boy, I'm inside. I'm recording.
There was a terrible fight. It was a big fine lady. She was crossing the street. She had a box with the disco beat. So I keep my brakes are running out on there. I made the young lady my whole career hit. And then I took me a look. I said,
Lying and doubting.
a big fine bitch.
Had a hell of a body.
She looked at me and then she started swinging. So I took my key out of the ignition, got out of the car and kept my mouth shut. I took a 20/20 picture. Was right on the butt. I caught up with her. I took a look so fine. I swear to God, I wish you was mine. Hey, boy, you're Spoonie G. That's right, honey.
How you know me?
She said Spoonie G. Yo,
This is hot back in the day.
I know your name. I said, come on, baby. It's not too far. We're going to take a little walk.
To my car.
So we got to the car, then we sat in the seat. And then the box was watching to the funky beat. And then I looked at her and pushed the seat back. Turned on my box.
Put my A-track.
And then I started rapping without no pause.
Cause my mama just about getting in them.
And then I got the straw, but gotta do it to the beat. It's not
Do it like this, I'm doing the freak. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all.
see Spoonie G. I want to be known as a politician. I ain't phone.
That's my man. Y'all give it up for Spoonie G. Yo, now this brother right here behind the turntables who's playing this music for me, he go by the name of Cut King. Cut King is actually my DJ, but whenever I ain't around, Spoonie always snatch him. So he also DJs for Spoonie G. Y'all give it up for Cut King. He said light skin? Yeah. Okay. Now. Yeah, I heard you on Water. Shout out to Geeky Dan and the tape. What's the project? He got the tapes. He got the tapes. I ain't got a tape the first. Every tape I got, I gave it to somebody else, right? And this is what happened with my tapes. I get a tape. Somebody come to my house, yo, let me borrow that tape, make a copy. So they'll take it and make a copy, right? But then before they give it back to me, they give it to somebody else, right? So by the time I get it back, it's like a 3rd, 4th, 5th generation copy of my tape. Mickey Benson in the building, y'all. Okay, so now, this next record, I thought my people was gonna be here by now, is my first recording with Enjoy Records. And just a little bit of history about us. I got down with Breakout. Me and Jazzy Jeff, we were with another group. We got down with Breakout July 11th, 1979. And July 11th was Breakout's birthday. So we became actually Breakout's birthday present. Now, KK was the head MC for the group. And when he first got there, he was called the voice of KK. And then they recruited Keith Caesar. And then after Keith, Sha ROCK came into the ranks. And then after Sha, Raheem. So that was the original Funky Four. Depending on who you talk to, Raheem either got fired or he quit. But he ended up leaving the group. Sha ROCK, she quit in protest because she didn't want them to get rid of Raheem. So that left Keith, and KK Rockwell. KK Rockwell, myself, and Jazzy Jeff, we all went to the same high school. I had a group called the Magnificent Seven. KK liked me. He liked my little style. He liked how I rhyme and all of that. And you know, they had an audition, and I got a call. Said, "Yo, you need to go to that audition." So me and Jeff, we went to the audition. On the way there, Jeff said to me, "Well, Rodney, if I make it and you don't, I ain't gonna get down." I said, "Okay." That was that to get me to say the same thing. So that's actually what happened. We went, we auditioned. They liked me. They wanted me. They didn't want him. But out of loyalty, I said, "Listen, you got to put him down if you want me." And we became the new Funky Four on Breakout's birthday, and we played in that park on 180th. Right? That was the first time. Right? That's when I met you. His Tone was the sound man. He helped hook up the equipment for us, and that's when I met Tone. So we became the new Funky Four. 2 weeks later, Sha ROCK comes back, and since she lost her spot, she became the Plus or More. So that's how we got the name Funky Four, Plus or More. And 4 months later, we get the first record deal. Now, a lot of people may think we didn't deserve it, you know what I mean? And, you know, I don't know. They could be right. But I don't care because I got that deal. Drop that joint. This is the longest rap record ever created at that time. It was 16 minutes on one side.
This is the way we rock the house. Sure enough, everybody gonna turn it out. Well, I keep it rock well, cause I'm so swell. Every time you hear my name, it rings well.
And I'm LIL Rondey-c making history with all the fly girls yelling, "Take me!"
Well, I'm Keith, but you can call me Keith Caesar. The reason why, cause I'm a women pleaser. I'm jazz to jazz, with the most finesse. Never do it to the rhythm till I do it the best. But with the Funky Four. And I'm the plus one more. And this is the way we go back and forth. With the 5 MCs down on to 1 to 3 rock the mics with the magic touch. We're on time, we're masterminds. We hypnotize when we run down the rhyme. And 4 fly guys on the best female. I'm telling the truth, not a fairy tale. Now just listen to the story that the pop it down. And it's guaranteed, so let the travel around. We said it once, we said it twice. And we're moving to you, and we're better than
Yo.
nice.
No, that's too long. We'll be here forever.
Are you gonna play the whole record?
Hey, Rodney, explain to them, this was before Sugar Hill Records. This was on Enjoy.
No, it's our first single on Enjoy Records, but it's the 5th rap record ever created at that point. Earlier, I made a comment, you know what I mean, that I really didn't care. That was really a joke. We were kind of like the Sugar Hill Gang at that point as well, because we had just got together. We really didn't have any real formula. Like, we all was good, you know what I mean? But we were Me and Jeff, we brought our thing. Kay and Keith had their thing. Sha ROCK, already the first female of hip hop, had her thing, and it kind of just meshed together, you know, but we wasn't together long enough to actually show the world what we could actually do. And due to politics and politics of the business, you know, we were first to get one of them record deals, and we was first to get. You heard me? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I'm grateful that I have an imprint, that if hip hop is a house, that my group or my contribution is a founding, one of the founding bricks in that house. Because you got to stand on something, and everybody in here that's doing this is standing on our shoulders, the brothers that helped to give birth to this, and even those who didn't get record deals at that time, you know what I mean? You know, they have to be acknowledged because, you know, this is what we did. Now, when I talk about hip hop, people often ask me, like, you know, why did hip hop happen, and why? Hip hop was born out of a desire to be a part of something that we couldn't be a part of, and that was disco. Hip hop is a teen thing, always was, always will be. We were teenagers when we gave birth to this thing, and it was because we wanted to be a part of that disco world that we couldn't. Cause to get into a discotheque at that time, you had to be 21 as a young lady and 23 as a young man. I'm 13, 14. Ain't nobody letting me in no disco. I remember going over to 371 one night, and Hollywood was playing. I was standing in front of the club, and the security said, Shorty, you can't stand here, you gotta move. You know what I mean? You can go across the street, but you can't stand in front of the club. Now, the club is rocking. Hollywood in here, he tearing it up. And you hear him tearing it up. Go down, go down, go down, go down. The crowd goes, ah, go down. You get up, get up, get up, get up. They go, oh, get up. He was killing it, right? I want some of that. I want that, but I can't have that. You know what I mean? And then Hurt goes into a park. Now there's other people, like I said, you know, it's a bunch of us that made major contributions. You know what I mean? The Zulu Nation had one of the biggest rap records in the game. Once they put records out, that Planet Rock was crazy. That Planet Rock, Planet Rock is just like Rapper's Delight. It's just like Rapper's Delight. And I would say it's probably even more profound. Why? Because the people who did it knew what they was doing, right? And it wasn't just put together. You know what I mean? We lived this thing.
Rodney,
Yes.
Power Wow's in the building.
Where's he at?
Power Wow, come to the front, please.
Come on, fam. Come on.
Yo, Power Wow, where you at? That's him.
Love you like cook food home. All right. So,
Y'all make some noise for Power Wow, Soul Sonic Force. Show 'em some love. Clap up.
so now after the Funky Four, there's two more records. The next record is done by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. But what most people don't know is that they did this record twice. The first one was called We Rap More Mellow. I don't remember the label, but they did the same rhymes that they did on that one on Super Rapping. So if you know Super Rapping, then they did that same one. So I always say we were first to get the first legitimate record deal. They did that record before us, but that wasn't a legitimate record deal because they didn't put their names on that. They didn't use Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five on that. They call themselves something else. I don't even remember what they call themselves, but that's why I say we are the first group to have a legitimate record deal.
Rodney,
Yes.
tell them about the trip down south.
Oh, no, we can't get into that. We'll be here all night.
Nah, because
Go
people
ahead.
want to know how it traveled.
Well, we all know one way that hip hop traveled was through cassette tapes, right? And we all know that it started in the Bronx. So it traveled the route of the train. So from the Bronx, it came to Manhattan. From Manhattan, it went to Brooklyn. From Brooklyn, it went to Queens, and Staten Island was the last ones to get it. I mean, because don't nobody want to get on that boat, but they was the last ones to get it. And that's kind of how it traveled. Now, you living in the Bronx, you got cousins that live elsewhere. I don't care where they live at. They come to your house for the cookout, 4th of July, whatever, right? You might take them to a park jam. So this is their introduction to what we doing in the Bronx. And what they want copies of them tapes. Everybody want them tapes. And this is how it traveled. Now, I always often call the Funky Four the Vikings of hip hop. Because we was the only ones that didn't care where we took hip hop. We wanted to go. If I had a cousin in Staten Island and they wanted us to come out there, I'm saying, yo, y'all, let's go to Staten Island, and that's what we did. When we did get the Enjoy record, we ended up going on the first, and I could only say for us, our first hip hop tour. And we went down south, we did Rocky Mount, Pleasant Hill, Raleigh. It was about maybe 6 cities that we did. You know what I mean? And that was major for us at that time because we ain't in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? We somewhere else. And they loving what we doing. You know what I mean? So you can tell the rest of that story.
Well, that was Sha ROCK family?
Yes, it was. Wilmington, North Carolina. And she walked in right on time.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Sha
We got
ROCK.
Sha ROCK. We got DJ Breakout.
DJ Breakout.
We got his
Yeah.
left hand.
Yeah, just move from in front of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on out. Come on to
Come
the
here,
center
Sha.
of the floor, Sha.
Come here, Sha.
Breakout. Come on out here. Get some claps. Come on.
Sha ROCK and DJ Breakout.
So Sha,
Want me to say something? Hi guys, I'm Sha ROCK. For all that don't know, I am the first female MC of hip hop culture. Don't believe the hype. I'm the female that set it off for every female that y'all hear today. I'm a part of the Funky Four, original Funky Four, the Funky Four plus one more. Where's Rocky at? Where's Rocky? Hey Rocky, I'm here. Where's LG at?
he see you come in, so he know you want that chat.
Hey LG, okay. This is my first time here. I want to give a shout out to Rocky and also LG. They've been working on this for many years, and I've been rocking with them. Even when people didn't believe that it can happen, I think really it wasn't until people started seeing all of those news items about New York City giving up that money to help support the universal hip hop. This is when they realized that everything that Rocky and LG has been doing and everybody else that was down with him for many years is the dream come true. Some people didn't believe that it was happening. Some people, was a part of it. They fell off because they didn't think that the dream would work. But the Universal Hip Hop Museum should always, and should have always been in the Bronx. But what we want people to know is that it's not just about the Bronx. It's about people all over the world who has contributed to hip hop in many fashions, from LA to Florida to North Carolina to Virginia. It's not just about the Bronx, but it was supposed to be here in the Bronx. So let's shout out the Universal Hip Hop Museum, Rocky, LG, and everybody that was down with this to make this happen. Peace. Thanks, Rodney, for hosting this.
Y'all give it up for Sha ROCK. Bring out.
Love, peace, and happiness.
Okay, so Sha,
So
we was at the point, and you walked in on cue, where he was telling a story about South Carolina.
When we went down-
when we went down and
we-
did.
we
what
was
it
a
for you?
group that no matter where we would pack up ourselves. Nah, we didn't go there. We didn't go. But we would pack up our own van and drive to certain places, set up our own sound system, and do parties in other cities and all that. So when they came out with Rockin' and Rappin' the House, we drove down to South Carolina, set up, and we played there. So when people talk about, well, how did this get from New York to South Carolina? That was one of the things that we did in 1979 before the big tours and all that. We did that on our personal pockets and did that for her family because she wanted us to go.
Oh yeah. So you want to tell the people how you got down with us?
No, that's a long story.
Okay. So now, actually, so all right. So now, the next record we about to play is from a group who are now they Hall of Fame, Hip Hop Hall of Fame. These guys, they did it. Like, if anybody planted that flag, they definitely did. You know what I mean? And what I love about hip hop is that it was so competitive in the beginning, which made each of us better, you know what I mean, than we would have been if there was nobody else. You know, and these guys did their thing. They come on. Without further ado, y'all already know who it is. Drop that joint.
It was a party night, everybody was breaking, the house was screaming and the bass was shaking, and it won't be long till everybody knowing that flash was on the beatbox.
Going.
That flash was on the beatbox.
Going.
That flash was on the beatbox.
Going. Everybody. Yeah.
Shout out now. Italian, Caucasian, Japanese, Spanish, Indian, Negro, Vietnamese, MC.
I used to love this.
Young lady. Introducing the crew, you gotta see to believe. We're 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 MCs.
And I'm missing this because I rock the best. Alright, in all the ladies' dream. And I'm cowboy to make you jump for joy. I'm Creole, solid gold.
The King Creole.
Playing the role. Dick Vince with the Furious 5 plus Grandmaster Flag.
Giving you a blast and showing up class.
So the proof to you all been second to none.
We gonna make 5 MCs sound like one.
You gotta so socialize. Bring out your ear. Advance, open your eyes. And then pay at the door as a donation. To hear the best sounds in creation. The disco dream. I'm a mean machine. I'm ready to cut the side machine. With me. The system is not found in the when it's shock and amaze and make you feel shame. From a little to a line. Because the beat in half the time. And then show it 3 times, 2 is 6.
This ain't Flash is the king of the quick mix. To be and E
is not a threat to society. Step by step, stride by stride. Young lady would like to ride.
And mama say yes.
Young ladies, mama say yes.
Young ladies.
Mama say to break down and down my grill. With a drive up in the new Seville. And my Seville break down and take it all back. And with a dog my grill in a new Cadillac. My Cadillac break down just too much. And with a shock your mind in a new stud. And then the studs break down and make another choice. And with a dog my grill in a new Rolls Royce. And then the studs break down and be out in the rain.
Forget it. Take the train. Take the train. Take the train. Oh yeah, y'all give it up for Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Keith Cowboy. Who's my big brother.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Who's my big brother in this thing? And I used to run around with them. I used to hang out with them. I was a little dude and they loved me and they took me everywhere they went. And still little. Yeah. So Cowboy asked me one day, right? We coming from the Black Door, the Dixie Club. We walking up Freeman Street, right? And I lived on Freeman Street, and we walking up towards my house, and Cowboy says, Rodney, what's your last name? So I said, Stone. And he goes, Rodney S. Now that don't work. So he says, we gonna call you Rodney-C. And then he said, we can't do that either because there's already a Rodney-C, right? But because I was littler than him, he said, we gonna call you Little Rodney-C. And that's how I got the name, Little Rodney-C. Now, recently I just thought about it. I am the first little in hip hop. I am the first little. Everybody else, I'm the first little. Now everybody little, so now they done went from little to young. They done moved from young to baby. So, you know what I mean? I guess they're gonna be infant next or fetus or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm the first little, and you know, rest in peace, my brother. You know, he blessed me with that name. You know, I don't use little anymore. You know what I mean? Because I'm 50 plus years old now, so better not call me little. Not in my face. Look at Mick. Mick, I'm only teasing, man. Come on. Okay, so now we done traveled down memory lane, and we played 6 of the 7 rap records that helped to give birth to rap music in 1979. Now we at the last one, and this brother actually had a tribute here last week. I missed it. I was so sad. I missed it. This brother did the record Christmas Rapping. Everybody know who it is. Y'all give it up for Curtis Blow.
Was the night before Christmas. And all through.
Hold it now, wait, hold it. That's played out. Hit it.
This is Christmas. We're gonna let this one rock out.
But this ain't 1823, ain't even 1970. Now I'm the guy named Curtis Blow. Ain't Christmas is one thing I know. So every year, just about this time, I celebrate it with a ride.
Big's on his way. 15 minutes, he done missed everything.
1, 2, 1, 2. Now, I see everybody just started making their way to the back. I got a live performance for y'all, so I need y'all to come back up front. I guess not. I need everybody to come back up front. I know y'all back here taking pictures and everything, but I need everybody to come back up front real quick. I need everybody to come up front, y'all. Everybody. Y'all can look at all this stuff as soon as I finish. I need y'all to come up front, please. Get you to come up front, brother. Up front. Hey, Steph, help me out. I need you to help me move everybody to the front. Come on, y'all. Everybody to the front. Y'all can come back and look at this in a minute. Come on. I just need y'all in the front for 3 minutes. Y'all come up front for 3 minutes, y'all. Back and look at all this stuff. Please, lady, need y'all to come to the front. Auntie. Come on, everybody to the front real quick.
Come on, y'all, let's rock.
Gentlemen, I need y'all to come to the front, please. All right. Now, once again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out tonight to this 40-year anniversary tribute to hip hop on wax. Y'all give it up for yourselves. The new one. Let's do the new one. Or you want to do the old one? The old one? The new one? The old one. All right, we're going to do the old one. All right. I wanted to. Well, I got some new music that I decided to do after all these years.
I want to hear something old.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. But what I'm saying is, I do have some new music, and all my contemporaries basically were telling me for years that I should go ahead and put out new music, and I just wasn't with it. You know what I mean? Because I got caught up in the politics or the politics of the business. And because I got robbed, straight like that, they robbed me, you know what I mean? I felt real bad about that I decided that I wouldn't give the world nothing else that they could steal from me. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't do anything new. My performance is pretty decent to me, and most people say that. And I had some people say, yo, he still kind of got it, but why he still do that old stuff? You know what I mean? So I thought about it. I said, you know what I mean? I'm close to 60 now. So I said, you know what? It's time for me to put something out so that if it don't do nothing else but give you something directly from me, then I did my job. So that's basically it. Now, my new stuff I'm not going to do today because me and my partner, we practicing. And actually, come here, Cut. Most of y'all know my partner, KK Rockwell, and he's the other half of Double Trouble. KK he not living it like I live it. He don't love it like I love it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to give it up. And this brother's been holding me down for years. And I wouldn't give him KK's spot till I was sure that KK didn't want to do it no more. So he said to me, yo, Rod, I'm not with it. Go ahead, do you. You know, he wished me the best of luck. And you're now looking at the new Double Trouble. Me and my man. So y'all gonna hear some new stuff from us. Yeah, y'all try it. You know what I'm saying? You know, this brother's not a hip-hop legend and pioneer, but he put in his time, and you know, I love him and respect him, you know what I mean? Because he hold me down. You know, and y'all gonna see him do his thing right now with me. Go ahead, let's do it. Yeah. Born a bit in the building. This is the big intro. When I thought I was gonna be big, I Out of it coming for me. Out of it coming in here.
And this is the way I wine and dine, and at the same time mess with your mind on the same identical beat one time as I take you on down to the last side. Oh yeah, you're now listening to the voice of Rodney-C, one half of the original Double Trouble, featured in the first hip hop, break dance, and graffiti movie ever created. Now I'm about to take you down memory lane and give you a blast from the past. And if you know the song, feel free to sing along. All right, New York, I need y'all to give me a little soul clap. Come on, y'all. Let's go! Let's go! Check it out, New York. At first my name was Little Rodney, wasn't hanging out and no one knew me. But then one day I earned my C. All the other MCs trying to be like me. When they put me to the test, was a mistake. I put my foot on the gas to get off the brake. Put the gear in, boom, I was on the go. Wanted to inform that I was moving too slow. Put the gear in 2, didn't slow the pace. Knew what to do to rock the whole place. Put the gear in 3. With a little fuss and everybody said to me, I'm a rhyme master. Put the gear in 4, back out the door. Bet you never see the black no more. Cause I'm an MC supreme, a lady's dream. When I rap on the mic, you see what I mean. My name's not found in the Hall of Fame, but I'll shock it and make to make it all feel shame. I got the qualifications to rock the best. No limitations to my finesse. Got the modifications to alterate. I won't buy the rhyme and I won't imitate another MC when they running down rhymes. Half the time he just running down mine, but that's alright, cause I know someday I'll put him in check and take his rep away. Cause my name is known from land to land. I'm a super fly guy with the mic in my hand. My name is known from sea to sea. When I'm on the mic, I call the heart of history. I'm a mystical, magical man on the mic. When I run down the rhyme, it will be a delight. I'm a mean machine with a master plan. See what I mean when there's a mic in my hand? I'm an inspiration all over the nation. Disco sensation. I rock, y'all. Now I can visualize war, the 2 forms snow. And it's absurd to make things grow. I'm another beat to put you in a trance. Hypnotize the speed, make you do the swing head. Fantasize the dream to make them all come true. And I tell the girl to make a rock with you. I can tear about the world in a jazzy way. Watch for the lies with the words I say. I'm slick, bad, I'm powerful. I'm the one to know the original. I Rodney-C, I rock the house. A little hard to see and I turned it out. When I say Rodney, you say C. Rodney, Rodney. When I say Rodney, you say C. Rodney, Rodney. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Rodney-C. What you waiting for? I was sitting in my house watching my TV when all of a sudden it dawned on me that I was all alone, just wasting my time. Grabbed a pen and paper and wrote down a rhyme as I thought to myself how nice it would be to be on top, making cash money, to go on a tour all around the world, tell a little story to all the fly girls. Sit on my own, command my own. Be number 1 on the microphone, telling the tale about how it's gonna be for the funky 4 plus 1 MC. We'll be busting in, we'll be turning it out, while we rock to any beat without a doubt. Just chilling, hard living in luxury, being very proud to be an MC. And you know, he's the joy. Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you're having a ball at our affair, got on clean underwear, 3 feet 5 sitting in the chair, everybody sing, oh yeah, oh yeah, and you don't stop. Now, before I end my show, there's one thing I want to know. Y'all ready to party?
I can hear you, I
I don't think y'all heard me. Y'all ready to party? Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say hell yeah. Say hell yeah. Say we came to party. Say it. I can't hear you. We came to party. Say it. Somebody say ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. Say ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. When I say don't, you say stop. Don't. When I say funky, you say fall. Funky. When I say +1, you say fall. +1. When I say double, you say treble. Double. When I say double, you say trouble. Double. When I say Rodney, you say C. Rodney. When I say cut, you say king. Cut. Now somebody, anybody, everybody scream.
You Cool Herc in the building. Father hip hop, Cool Herc. Clap up for Cool Herc. Respect.
Okay. Now, once again, turn it off, cut. Where my baby Sha ROCK at? Sha, where you at? Yeah, no, he looking for you. You networking? Okay. I heard you. She handling her business, y'all. Okay. Soon as he get it. Y'all don't move yet. Woo! Alright, so it was a little actually no, listen. The track was playing slower than I'm used to, so it made me work a little harder than I'm used to. You know what I mean? But thank you, baby. Thank you. Y'all give it a breakout. He in the building. You got it? Okay, so once again, I want to thank y'all for coming out to the 40-year anniversary tribute to hip hop on wax. This idea has been, in the makings for a while. I always wanted to do a tribute, and then I came over here for their grand opening, and I spoke with the brothers, and I asked them would it be okay if I did it here, and I thought doing it here was the only place to do it because this is a home of hip hop. You know what I mean? Now, we do understand that there's other people trying to do the same thing. You know what I mean? But, these brothers, they on track. They moving. You know what I mean? So, you got to show love, you know what I mean, to anybody who's progressing. Because if you ain't progressing, you regressing. You know what I mean? And what I've learned in life is I got more days behind me than I do ahead of me. So I ain't trying to waste none of these days, because guess what? People, we dropping like flies now. You know what I mean? And not only that, right? Hip hop is the only genre of music that the people who helped give birth to it are still alive. And I say 20 years from now, we all gone. All of us who helped give birth. I'm not talking about the babies or whatever. I'm talking about us who was there, who gave birth to this, you know what I mean? Because we all 50 plus. You know what I mean? We all 50 plus. Some of us is in our 60s now. Huh? Oh, I know you not. You still a young man. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about you. So when we all gone, you gonna have to be the spokesperson. You gonna have to hold the flag up and say, yo, we was here. Yes, sir. Oh. So yeah, thank you so much to each and every one of y'all. You know what I mean? And one thing, I never did this for the money. I always did it because I loved it. Then I fell out of love with it because money came into the game. And once money got into the game, it kind of just destroys everything. You know what I mean? So what I had as a pure and innocent talent, you know what I mean, it was corrupted by the music business. And I took myself out. And there was a time in my life I used to say, if I only knew then what I know now. And I used to say that. I don't say it anymore because, I had a wise man in my life to kind of tell me that I went through what I went through because I was supposed to go through it. Because whatever the plan is, I'm still preparing for it. So when I know what it is, you gonna know what it is. You know what I mean? And I believe now it's for me to keep doing what I do, you know what I mean? And keep loving it like